Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Friday, and it's our quote of the week, brought to you by Little Drummer Boy Recordings at 818 South Street here in Philadelphia, and our newest sponsor, Pete & Son Home Remodeling, also here in Philadelphia. Today's quote is from the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Quote goes like this: "If my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it." Let's repeat that. If my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. Powerful words from one of my favorite athletes, someone I had hoped to meet before he passed away. Didn't get a chance to do that, but today he lives forever in this quote. What does it mean? What is he saying? I think it's pretty simple. Muhammad Ali is saying that if your mind has the potential for visualizing something great in your life, something powerful, something important, something you desire, then the next step is to get your heart involved in making that happen. Some of you who know me know that I follow Dr. Joe Dispenza very closely and have learned a lot from his books, like Becoming Supernatural and what's the other one? You Are the Placebo. And in those books and the things that I'm learning, it's pretty much all encapsulated in this quote. It's about mind over matter, you might say. It's about what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, heart and brain coherence. And in the sense that Muhammad Ali has tapped into this consciousness, we've seen, if we've watched this story, we've seen him go through various hurdles and obstacles in his life, including the one that we watched him sort of fall into as his illness, as he sort of degraded over the years. He wasn't the person that we knew, who was bubbly, effervescent, charismatic, because he had lost his physical voice in context, and he lost a lot of his physical movement, his ability to move his body the way he had been able to control in the past. And yet, he was still the greatest of all time. He was there doing exactly what he said he could do years before, which is, if his mind can conceive it, if his heart can believe it, then he can achieve it. And despite the fact that he had that challenging and debilitating illness, he still accomplished many things in his life. So I think fundamentally this is a pretty cut and dry quote. This is basically saying heart and mind, heart and brain coherence are the two things that can really get you, if you understand what that means, that can get you to the point where an idea, right, that you believe in can become reality, and not just some sort of fictional idea that is possible. Anything's possible, and not everything is probable, but in the context of making something happen in your life and putting, the work in, because Muhammad Ali didn't just believe it. He didn't just visualize that he could be the greatest of all time, and then he didn't just believe it as well with his heart. He had to do the work, right? So, there's no other way around it. If you're visualizing an idea and you're putting your heart into that idea, well, the other next step is really, the action, right? But and I think that's implicit in this. You can achieve it. It's not going to just fall out of the sky and land in your lap. There are some people who have had opportunities like that happen to them. And for example, if you win the lottery, how many people have won the lottery and squandered all of that money? How many people have won the lottery and decided that, wow, this is a great way to invest in real estate or some sort of business that they want to pick up, like a franchise or something of that kind, right? So the idea is that just because you have something land in your lap, and maybe you've been praying for it, and it ultimately comes to you, doesn't mean that you're really ready to receive it, especially if you haven't put in a whole lot of work to earn it. So that's the quote of the week from Muhammad Ali. Let me know what you think. Please feel free to check out our sponsors And I look forward to seeing you next week. Stay tuned.